portraying myself to be, so I can make it farther in the game. And that got really, really hard on me, because your true personality ends up coming out. So when I was just exhausted from playing so dumb for so long. It was tiring. No, I wasn't fake the entire game. You're taking that completely wrong. That was me, obviously. What I'm trying to explain to you guys is that was me in that house. Completely, it was me 100%. Well, I can't say 100%. It was me with acting, because your strategy, you have to act for your if my strategy is to having a strong social game, I have to act. So my strategy was to play ditzy, dumb, and flirty. That is acting. When I was playing ditzy, that's acting. When I was playing dumb, I was acting. When I was flirting, that's acting. I don't flirt in my regular life. I'm not very flirtatious, and I really don't like people touching me or any of that. So yes, you have to act, but you also saw me, because my interactions with all my friends in the house, with Tiffany, with Bronte, with Bridget, my conversations were from the heart. When I would talk to Davon, all my conversations in that house were from the heart. I was myself, but I was up playing ditzy, dumb, and flirty, because I wanted to make it further in the game. So, and I was not promiscuous, because I never did anything sexual on the show, because my family's watching and I did not sign up for porno. So I made sure to keep my integrity and my character with that, and I didn't do anything sexual, because that's just not cool for me. But I did come in with a strategy. If you guys saw my pre-show interviews, I said I'm going to come in strong with playing dumb, and that is what I'm going to do. So you got to act, but then at the same time, you also have to be you are yourself, because I can't fake being who I am for 3 entire months. Literally, once you walk in that house, like, you already are yourself, because you're eating, sleeping, you're there every day, and you're eating and sleeping. You're there for 24 hours every single day. Like, I'm sorry, but you can't fake who you are you can't fake it completely. No. So I'm hoping that yes, I threw comps last year. Of course I threw comps. So I'm hoping that you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, there is an acting component on Big Brother, but there is also a real component. When it came to me personally, I made sure that I was myself, and I established friendships. And I mean, to this day, I still keep in contact with some of the girls. I still keep in contact actually with a lot of people from my season. I've even talked to Frank. I've talked to a lot of people, like, you name it. I mean, not everyone, but I've talked to most people, because I was myself a lot on the show, and I am a kind person, and I wanted to create good memories, and I wanted to make this experience the best I could, and get good friends out of it. And that's what I did get. I did get really great friends. Honestly, I think Paul's going to win. I really think Paul's going to win. Yes, sweethearts. Yes, you are working. You are working the whole time, because even when you're napping, you're studying. So sometimes when you're napping, your eyes are closed, you're studying. You're studying the days. You're studying what's happening. Even when you're sitting around eating, you're analyzing everyone around you. You're analyzing, what is this person doing? Who's upstairs? Who's in the HOH room? You're analyzing everyone's interactions. So this is something that I told no, I didn't cheat on anyone, actually, but you guys can waste your life focusing on negative things that are untrue, instead of focusing your life on really great, important things. So this is what I did when I walked in the house. I walked in the house. No, I did not hook up with anyone in the house. That was just not for me. So anyways, I walked in the house. I forgot how many days to the week, there's no live feeds. So I made sure, and this is what I found out when I was in the house. I think they were all saying it. They're like, oh, what is it called? The live feeds will turn on this day. So we already knew that there's a few days that there's not going to be any live feeds. So I made sure that I analyzed every single person in that house, and their mannerisms and what they would do, like who was washing dishes, who wasn't washing dishes, who was doing that, who wasn't doing that, because you get the real people that for those first couple days when the live feeds aren't on. You see people's true colors in comparison to when the live feeds turn on. Then you see everyone's true, like literally everyone's like washing dishes. So it went from no one washing dishes those first few days when live feeds weren't turned on to literally, oh, the live feeds turned on. Everyone's washing dishes. Everyone's helping everyone out. Like you see people change completely within those few days. As soon as live feeds turn on, see the difference. Yeah, I do think Paul's gonna win, and if he wins, hey, good for him. You know what I'm saying? He dedicated 2 summers of his life to the game. Good for him. And but am I rooting for him? I'm not rooting for him, but I'm not gonna hate on him. Let me see. What would you have done if you won? If I won, I would have taken care of my mom, me and my sister, obviously, and I would have just taken care of my family. And I wanted to start my own nonprofit, so I would have used the money to really take care of my family and start my own nonprofit. That's like my dream in life. So before, if you guys don't know this, before Big Brother, I was an event coordinator. So I worked for a nonprofit, and this nonprofit was absolutely amazing. And it worked with kids that were impoverished, facing adversities, homelessness, illness, you name it. I've done everything. For my last job, I did everything from hospital visits. I would bring like celebrities or athletes to hospitals. I would bring Sesame Street to the hospitals, just to brighten up the lives of these kids. And I did every kind of event. We did proms. I took kids shopping. I did it all. Like we brought kids to games. I would bring kids to meet Carmelo Anthony. My job was the most rewarding job in the world. It was honestly one of the best jobs in the world. So I wanted to get on Big Brother to hopefully win so that I can continue my charity work and start my own nonprofit. Let me see. Let me see. Do I like Jess and Cody? What I liked about Jess and Cody, so I don't really have a favorite. Like I'm like kind of over it. I mean, I like Kevin. I don't know. I mean, Jess and Cody. What I liked about Jess and Cody is that they weren't afraid to go against everyone. I like that they were playing their own game, and I like to see that. But I'm not also hating on the people that are, following Paul, because I've talked to a lot of vets that have played the game, and some of the vets are saying that they would honestly, if they were a rookie, they would be tagging along and playing the Paul's game, because that's going to get you farther in the game. And that is very smart. That strategy, these people that are following Paul around doing everything that he says are really smart at the end of the day, because look, they're still in the house. And look, the people that went against him aren't in the house anymore. But I loved that they were playing their own game, and they weren't afraid to go against where the power was. So to me, they took a big risk, and they played a tough game. They were trying to make a name for themselves. They were fighting they're fighting against the majority of the house. So I'm gonna respect that. I'm talking gameplay. What is it called? And this is gameplay. I'm not talking about, I don't know Jess and Cody or anyone in the house personally, so I'm not attacking anyone personally. I'm saying how I feel about people's gameplay. I respect Jess and Cody's gameplay because they went against, they were against Paul. So, I mean, play your own game and try to make big game moves. Do I respect floaters too? Honestly, I respect anyone that's trying to do whatever they got to do to win that money. Obviously, if I'm in the house with you, it's going to be a different story, because if you're being mean to me, because I'm a pretty nice person, I like to respect everyone around me. I have a pretty nice heart, and I always have good intentions for people. So, I mean, your social game should tell you how the people around you are going to vote. I mean, Paul should have known in the house. He knew I had a kind heart. He knew I could be sensitive. You got to get those jury votes. And I'm playing this game because I got on Big Brother and I put my time in the house. I'm going to vote for whoever I want to vote for at the end of the day. So no one's opinion is going to matter because I played it and I know how each person treated me. And at the end of the day, I'm the kind of person that's going to vote for someone that I feel deserves it and that has been nice to me. So yeah, that's why I didn't really vote for Paul. And it's not about being bitter. I mean, I don't care that you made it to final 2. Congratulations. Like it's what, why am I going to hate that you made it to final 2 and I didn't? Like, that's fine. God has other plans for me. I wasn't meant to make it to final 2, so I'm not going to be a hater and bitter. I just don't like the way you treated me. So if I don't like the way you treated me, I'm not going to give you $500,000. So you can put that in, that's in my perspective. I'm not going to give someone $500,000 that was rude to me personally, that called me profanities, that called me names, that cursed at me. I'm not going to do that. But if you guys got on Big Brother and you play the game and someone's calling your best friend the C word and is calling you a BITCH and all these awful names and talking badly about you, especially after you told them that they have your final 2, if you want to vote for them, you go ahead and vote for them. You enjoy it. It's your vote. You deserve that vote. You deserve to vote however you want because you play the game. And if you want to give someone money that didn't treat you right, you go ahead and enjoy it. You handed them over $500,000. You're welcome, Kabi. You're not going to want to reward them with... Exactly. I mean, if you're nice to me, I'm going to want to... and you played a good game. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to give someone $500,000 that was just super nice the whole season and didn't play the game. Like, if you're not going to play the game, I mean, and not do anything, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to see someone that's made big game moves. I guess I'll tell you guys exactly why I didn't vote for Paul in my season, because there's been a lot of speculation. And I feel like I'm going to be a lot more open about it. Because if you're going to drag me when you're on TV and you're going to talk badly about me, I'm not going to drag you, but I'm going to say how I feel. So, are you guys ready for the reason why I did not vote for Paul? Is everyone ready for this? Thank you, Sage. Team Jody. Yeah, I don't have a favorite player this season. Let me see. I don't have a favorite player this season. I don't really care enough. Okay, so I mean, I do care, obviously, but I love Ramses, and that's another thing. I loved Ramses. I wish Ramses had more time in the house to really start playing that game hard and showing his cards. So I was upstairs. I already knew I was going home. So before Michelle got evicted, I told Michelle, and I told some cast members, I said, if Michelle goes home this week, I'm going to follow. I already knew it. Like, I already knew that I was going to go home right after Michelle. I said this out loud, so I don't know if you guys saw it on live feeds or not. I said, if Michelle goes this week, I'm going home right after, or the following week after that. I just felt it in my gut. And then, so I already knew I was going home, and then Victor told me that I was going up on the block the next day. So I already knew that night that I was going home that week. Like, I knew. But emotionally, I was really beat up because I really still wanted to win, because I wanted to win $500,000. I mean, every single person in that house is deserving. If you got yourself on Big Brother, each person has as much right to win the game as the next person, because you're in that house. Everyone's equally deserving. So, I mean, I really wanted to win and change my life. Like, I grew up poor. I grew up with not a lot of money. I grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment with my mom and my sister, even through college. And then I got a dorm in college. I grew up really, really poor, and I really wanted to change my life. I mean, I really wanted to win that money to make a difference and continue the nonprofit and charity work that I was doing and create a really good life for myself and my family. But I was sad. My last week, I was really emotional because I missed my family and I knew I wasn't winning $500,000 and my life wasn't going to change. So that's that. So that's why I was really sad that week. So I went up to the HOH room and I told Victor and Paul, I said, hey guys, we are the underdogs. I trusted the wrong people. When I said trusting the wrong people, it wasn't throwing James under the bus. I was talking about Corey and Nicole because I decided to work with Corey and Nicole. And, you know, that was a bad move on my end. So at the end of the day, and first of all, I put Paul and Victor up on the block because I wanted to, because they were my biggest threats, competitive-wise. And I couldn't beat them, so I wanted to get one of them out. So I didn't treat, if you watch live feeds, you'll see really what happened my last week. So I went up to the HOH room and I told Paul and Victor, I said, listen guys, I said, you guys have my final 2 vote. And, you know, we were the underdogs and I really respect you guys. So later on that day, I get downstairs, not later on, maybe a little shortly after, I get downstairs, I'm in the London room, and I overhear Paul saying, oh, he said something like, oh, I didn't listen to that BITCH. I didn't listen to her, like all that BS. And he starts cursing at me. And I'm hearing his conversation. He goes, yeah, she's a liar, saying this, that, and the third, like just talking bullcrap and like calling me profanities, literally cursing at me. So I'm overhearing his conversation, telling them this. Paul made fun of the conversation where I told him, I was like, dude, you literally, I said, in my head, I was like, I literally just told this guy he had my final 2 vote to win $500,000. And he's making fun of me and cursing at me, like talking about me using profanity. And I'm like, you guys, the floor is open to you guys. I mean, no, it's not that. I'm just saying, I don't hate him. I'm explaining. Yeah. So, do you understand what I'm saying here? If someone's telling you that they have their, I'm telling you have my final 2 vote, and I overhear you talking about me, calling me a bitch, saying this, that, and the third, I'm not going to vote for you. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Nicole didn't get on the block till at the end of the game. Nicole played a good game in the sense that she knew what she had to do to stay off the block. Paul got in, you know, he let his mouth get him in trouble. He got himself on the block. I mean, but he played a strong game because he would get himself in these messes, and he's so good at manipulating, and he's so good socially, he's able to get himself out of the messes. So, I mean, Nicole didn't get herself in messes. So, and yeah, at the end of the day, I did want a girl to win, but it made it so much easier knowing that I told, because if Nicole went up to me and, if I overheard Nicole talking about me, if I told Nicole, I was like, hey, you have my final 2 vote, I'm going to vote for you, like I respect your game, and if I overheard her talking badly about the conversation that I told her that she had my final 2 about, I wasn't going to vote for her either. So I didn't vote for him because what he did, and that's that. I mean, you guys can say whatever you want. Anyone can say whatever they want. Well, gender is irrelevant to other people, but to me, I wanted a girl to win. A girl hadn't won in a long time, and guess what? I'm about girl power, and I respect men, and I even said beforehand, I said if a guy wins, great, but I'm really rooting for a girl. But I did not vote for Nicole because she was a girl. I voted for Nicole for millions of reasons, and I didn't vote for Paul for millions of reasons. So you can take it or leave it. I can see that. Okay, I'm glad you guys are realizing why I voted now. I should have honestly spoke up about that and been honest, but I didn't. I didn't really open up about my Big Brother experience too much. It was a lot. Exactly, Jose Lap. That's exactly. You can say whatever you want, but you should know your house guests and how they're going to vote. Part of your social game, part of Big Brother is getting jury votes. And if you know me, if anyone knows me, you know that I'm not going to vote for someone that's bullied me. If you're mean to me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I don't care who you are. If you are mean to me and you literally pooped on me telling you you have my final 2 vote, I'm not going to vote for you. Get your story out through the BB Experience YouTube video. I will do that. You know what? I'll do that. No, I didn't go back. I haven't watched my season. Yeah, exactly. You do have to be a live feeder. So yeah, I did come in the house. I will clarify. I came in the house saying girl power. I want a girl to win. I don't care. I don't care. But then you play the game and you establish friendships and relationships. So was I going to vote for if a guy that I'm really close with in the house is against a girl that I'm not friends with? You really think I'm going to vote for the girl? I'm going to vote for the people that I'm closest to and that played the best games. So at the end of the day, there's a high chance I could have voted for a guy if the right guy was in final 2. I didn't watch my season because it just, imagine being stuck in a house for 3 months, not seeing your family, not talking to your family, but I'm very family oriented as well. I mean, I'm obsessed with my mom. I can't live without her. And my best friend Lauren. My best friend Lauren's my life. But imagine being stuck in the house for 3 months, doing something that's super difficult. I mean, it was hard for me. And then no cell phone, no TV, obviously no outside contact. And then you get outside in the outside world, and I mean, you have so much stimulation. So many people are trying to talk to you, reach out to you, and get to know you. And so it's just like you have so much stimulation, and then you leave the house into like a new world. So I never really watched it because I was busy. I've been traveling around the United States visiting my family, and I've been just kind of trying to de-stress from it and trying to just live life, you know. I don't know if I'm going to watch my season. I don't know yet. People tell me to watch it, but we'll see. Maybe one day. If Victor and Nicole made it to the final 2, I would have voted for Victor. 1,000,000%. If Victor made it to final 2 against Nicole, I would have voted for Victor. And that's not throwing shade, it's being honest. He played a good game. Like, his social game was weak in the beginning, then he picked up his social game, he improved his social game, and he could win any comp. Victor can win any comp. Any comp he could win. So yeah, I would have voted for him. Well, guys, I have to leave now. Thanks for visiting me and hanging out with me while I've had my cramps. I feel a lot better now.